Welcome back to your soon-to-be favorite podcast. I'm Angelica.
And I'm Kelsey.
And this is
Here We Grow. Hi guys.
Hello.
We are currently on our way to Chicago. We are 2 hours away. 2 hours away from Chicago to go see Ladies and Tangents.
Woohoo.
This is our first ever podcast live show we've ever been to. Maybe one day it will be us.
Yep.
We've never talked about that until I just brought it up, and you're like,
I think I just have to see what this is like, because
Yeah.
what do they talk about?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, for example, when Impractical Jokers go on tour, they put clips up of their newest season, and then I think they talk about it.
Oh, okay.
So what? I'm curious.
What is it?
What is it? You know? So maybe after I know what it is. But yeah, super excited.
Yes. We've got snacks we haven't eaten yet. We've got to stop at McDonald's at some point.
Maybe.
We have our Ladies and Tangents merch on.
Yep. I have my black shirt that says everything's rooted in witchcraft.
Yep. And mine says Sad Bitch Island.
Yep.
Which is an inside joke for Ladies and Tangents, both of those. So if you don't listen, then I'm sorry. You're just not going to understand the joke.
Sorry for you, bud.
Anywho, we're going to play some games. We're going to play one game, and then maybe we'll do some Reddit stories in a little bit. But the first game is 20 questions. So, let's start it out the way I explained it to you.
No quote of the week? No, how was your week?
Oh, wait, I need to tell you about botanical sexism.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Please tell me about botanical sexism, please.
The reason that our allergies as humans have gotten worse over the last 6 or 7 decades is because in the 50s, there was a group of city planners and landscapers. They all got this bright idea, which was not a bright idea, obviously, because men.
Ew.
You'll understand in a minute. Ew. They got this bright idea that, okay, sorry, back up a little bit. This is how plants work, right? There are male plants and female plants. Male plants give off pollen, and female plants absorb the pollen and fertilize and then create,
Flowers,
fruits, seeds, flowers, whatever. So these city planners, they were trying to think of a way that they wouldn't have to then clean up fruits and flowers and seeds and stuff like that come from female plants. So their bright idea was to only plant male plants. So then what does that do? It makes a whole bunch of extra pollen in the air, in the environment, with nowhere to go because there's not enough female plants. But the dumbest thing about that is if they would have just reversed the idea and only planted female plants, they would not have been fertilized enough to have to go clean up the fruits and the seeds and the flowers.
It's giving contraceptives for women only.
Oh, that part.
Because a woman can get pregnant and she's pregnant for 9 months, whereas one man can impregnate multiple women.
It's giving...
Why
is it the woman's responsibility?
Yeah, it's giving you guys hate women.
Yeah.
It's giving you hate everything female.
It's giving patriarchy.
Yeah.
In plants.
Yeah.
So, if you are thinking of planting things in your house, garden, whatever, try to go for more female plants because they'll be able to absorb more pollen in the environment, and less male plants because we already have too many.
Let's kill them off. I'm kidding.
So that's botanical sexism. I learned that on TikTok this week, and I immediately texted Angelica, like, remember on the next episode, I need to tell you about botanical sexism. I think I called it plant sexism.
Yeah, I think
in the text.
Plant sexism. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else we want to talk about before we get to the game? Hope you guys enjoyed the episode with Brian last week.
Yes. Thank you to Brian. Shout out.
We'll have to have him on again. And if you'd like to be on the podcast, reach out to us and we'll consider that. Okay. So we're going to play 20 questions, but we're going to do it like in categories. So like we'll do a celebrity first. I'm going to think of a celebrity, and then Angelica's going to ask me 20 questions to try to figure out who it is. So let me think of one. Hold on. Okay. Got it.
Okay. It's a celebrity?
Yes.
Like, that's not my question, but that's the category,
Yes,
right?
the category
Okay.
celebrity, yes.
Okay. Male or female?
Male.
Can I guess if I already think I know what it is?
Yeah, but I don't know if you can waste.
Oh.
Ask more questions. It would be better to ask more questions.
Because I think I already know who it is.
I don't think you do.
Okay. What's the genre of music?
There's no music.
Oh, they're not. Okay.
There's no music.
See, I tunnel vision on the person how I thought it was.
Yeah. That sounds like you don't know who it is.
Okay, is this person an actor?
Yes.
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 Okay.
I think this is supposed to be yes or no questions.
Oh.
I forgot. So continue with yes or no questions.
Okay. Have they been in a movie within the last 5 years?
Yes.
Okay. In the movies they've starred in, have they been a superhero?
Not that I'm aware of, but they could be.
Okay.
Like, it's the kind of person you would want to be a superhero.
Okay, is this person married?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, is this person below the age of 25?
No.
Okay.
That's a good question.
All right, so we're looking at an older actor
Mhm.
who has been in movies in the last couple of years.
Consider that actors might be more than just actors. They may have come from other things.
Okay, but they don't do music. So,
I'm going to give you another clue. Actually, lots of people from this industry have gone into acting. She just gave me the craziest look.
are they from TikTok?
No.
What do you mean I've come from this industry? Did this person used to be like a reality star, maybe?
No.
Or a TV host?
No. You were closer with reality star.
Okay.
Because the industry is kind of like reality TV, where it's really dramatic, but not necessarily reality TV. That just made you more confused. I know him more as an actor than the industry I'm speaking of. But he came from the industry I'm speaking of.
Is this person Caucasian?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a white man.
Okay, a white man.
White man that could
White.
play a superhero.
White man.
That was 10 questions. You got 10 more.
Damn. Okay. Is this man handsome?
Yes. Like, objectively, like,
Okay.
symmetrical and
Oh.
buff.
Oh.
Remember I said superhero.
Okay.
I'm giving you more clues than I should, but
Well,
I think it's fun.
I literally have no idea who you're talking
Remember at
about.
the beginning, you're like, I think I know who it is. You haven't even asked any questions.
I thought it was Post Malone at first.
I might have used him, but nope, that wasn't him.
Now I think it's Ryan Reynolds, but
Nope.
you would know if he's married or not. Oh, no. Okay. The reality TV, but not reality TV. Did they come from like a game show?
No.
Okay. Did they come from Broadway?
No. It is a performance in front of people.
Theater?
Quote unquote performance.
Comedy.
You're gonna be so
Were they
mad.
a comedian?
No. You're gonna be so mad when you figure this out.
Performance.
Performance. Some people would argue it's not a performance.
Is it like a sex performance?
No. Some people would argue that it's not performance, and some people would argue that it is performance. Pants.
That literally makes no sense.
I bet the people that are listening to this right now are like, I know what that is.
I'm having like a mental block. Oh! Did it come from SNL?
No. But he probably did host SNL. He's that big.
Jimmy Fallon?
No.
Okay, are they a late night host?
No. He's been on Jimmy Fallon, though.
Oh my god.
But he's that big of a celebrity.
Oh, is it, who's the guy that plays Aquaman?
Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
No, but very close.
How many questions do I have left?
Well, I haven't been including the ones where you're guessing the person.
Oh, okay.
So you have 6 questions left.
Okay. You said it's close to Jason Momoa?
Yes. I would consider them Jason Momoa adjacent,
What?
but Jason Momoa is just an actor. He didn't come from a different industry.
Oh, okay. Do they come from wrestling?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the other industry.
Okay. I get it now.
Okay.
Is it John Cena?
It's John Cena.
Oh!
Do you understand all the clues about the industry now? I'm like, performance but not performance in front of other people live.
Okay, I get it now.
You're like, what other industry is that? I said
What?
a lot of people have gone from
You're
this
right,
industry to
absolutely
acting,
right, yes.
like The Rock and what's his name, Batista.
Yeah.
Oh,
Batista, yeah.
that was a good round. We should play this more.
Oh my god, that's hard.
We'll see if I have the same struggles.
Okay, I'm
gonna do a celebrity. We'll go back into for like 2 from each category, 1 each, and then we'll switch categories.
So we're in the celebrity.
Yes.
Okay.
Has to be somebody you know. I know.
Well, okay. All right. Yep, I got it.
Okay, male or female?
Female.
Are you gonna
I'm
keep
not
track?
counting.
Okay,
I'm driving.
Okay. You said female?
Yes,
Okay,
female.
female. Okay. Are they Caucasian?
Technically, yes.
Okay. Are they of Italian descent?
No.
Okay. Technically, yes. Okay, are they in the music industry?
No.
Are they in the movie industry?
No.
Are they in the TV industry?
Yes.
Okay, so TV. White female. Technically white female. TV industry.
Yeah, they're white.
Okay.
Or she. Yeah. Yep.
You said she.
Yep.
Well, they're,
She's white, yeah.
She's white. TV industry. Okay. Does she have blonde hair?
Yes.
Okay.
Currently.
Currently. Does she do horror?
Horror?
Horror, yeah. Like horror genre TV?
No.
Is it reality TV?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure I know this person based off the fact that it's reality TV?
Yes.
Is it someone from the Jersey Shore?
No.
Okay. That was 10 questions already.
I've never seen that show. I've seen like bits and pieces, I guess. There's no blondes in Jersey Shore?
Well, I don't know if they're blonde now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not best friends with these people. You are. Okay, that was 10 questions already. Okay,
And I know you know her because you said her name like 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah. This is fun.
It's fun when you're the one that knows. Is it one of the Kardashians?
Yes.
Is it Khloe Kardashian?
Yes.
Yes! Wow, I got that in 12 questions.
All right.
All right.
I got mine in 14, okay?
I feel like the Kardashians are kind of like adjacent to us, so you kind of picked an easy one. Not, I mean,
What?
like adjacent to our conversations about like celebrities and stuff.
Oh,
We never
okay.
talk about John Cena.
So you're saying I should have picked
A harder one. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's my first time.
It's my first time.
I'm a virgin.
Okay. Virgin. What did I say? I haven't had my ass ridden in a while.
Someone was riding my ass, and Kelsey said, I haven't had my ass ridden in a while. And I was like, facts. Look, SNL. This truck has SNL on it. But not like Saturday Night Live SNL.
Yeah. Hopefully
Alright.
not.
What's our next category?
What's the next category? Restaurants?
Okay.
Okay, that's a good one.
Restaurants including fast food?
Yes, all
Okay.
restaurants.
All food places?
Yes.
Okay. Bob Ross!
The Bob Ross experience in
Rick
Muncie.
Ross.
There's a billboard. Okay, okay, got it.
Okay. Does this place serve burgers?
I've never had a burger there, but
Do
probably,
they serve them?
probably yeah.
What do you mean probably yeah? It's a yes or no?
I'll say yeah. I'll say yeah.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Are they known for steak?
No.
Do they have like a mascot?
No.
Okay. Do they have the name of a state in their name?
It's not Texas Roadhouse. No.
Okay.
But no, they don't have a state in their name.
Okay.
Do they have a name of a... You might as well just ask if it was Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
Schmecksha Schmodehouse.
Is this a fast food restaurant?
No.
Okay. All right. Have I been there with you?
Yes.
With you?
Yes.
Okay. Is it O'Charlie's?
No.
I feel like us guessing what it is should count as a question.
Okay.
Sorry now.
Okay.
You don't know if they have burgers. You've never gotten a burger there.
Nope, that's not my favorite thing there.
Is it Kilroy's?
Yes, it's Kilroy!
Yeah.
How did you guess that?
How many times is that?
That was
One
like
question.
11. No, it was like 6 questions.
Okay, nice. Because we've been talking about, like, we've been wanting to go to Kilroy's.
Yeah,
for a
me and
minute.
Travis talked about it last night, and then somebody posted that they were coming for the Pacers game tomorrow from out of town and was asking where they should eat, and I commented Kilroy's.
We should go.
Oh, yeah, we should. Depends on how much money we
I was
spend
like,
tonight.
maybe. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Next 2 weeks.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay, do they serve alcohol?
No.
Is it fast food?
Yeah, I think technically it's considered fast food.
Okay. Do they have a drive-thru?
Some.
Do they sell foot-long sandwiches?
Yes.
It's Subway! When you said some of them, I'm like, oh, it's Subway. That was like, does it have a state in the name? Texas Roadhouse. Do they sell foot-long sandwiches?
Damn, those would be quicker than mine.
You want to do another one?
No.
Okay. Different category?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next category?
Or a shopping retail store?
Retail store, sure. Okay. Hopefully.
Do they sell clothes?
Yes.
Do they also sell shoes?
Yes.
Is it Marshalls?
No.
Home Goods?
No.
Target?
No. Just gonna name all the stores. That was 5 questions already.
Okay, they sell clothes and shoes. Is it designer brands?
No.
Okay.
Big fat no.
Okay. Is it like a what's it called? Like a pay less kind of store, like a bargain store?
I'd say yes.
Okay.
You get cheap clothes there.
Is it an online store?
They have online and in-store. Yes.
Okay. Is it Ross? Did I say Ross?
No.
No. Is
I
it
don't
Ross?
think you did. No. That was 10 questions.
Damn. Okay.
Because we're including the guesses.
All right. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you'll get this one. We'll have to see. I don't think if you've ever shopped here, it's been a long time.
Is it Goodwill?
No. No.
Is there one close to our houses?
No. I don't think so. never looked.
Okay. Do I have to drive about 30 minutes to get to the store?
Yep, I think this is a bad decision.
What do you mean?
The one I picked, I don't think you're gonna guess it.
Is it up north?
Yes, there's one on 54th and Keystone.
You know I don't know streets.
I know.
54th and Keystone.
Yep. It's on a strip. Most of them are on strips. They replaced another store that went out of business.
Kohl's.
Nope.
Ah.
That was 15.
Is it JCPenney?
Nope. It's not a department store.
Okay. Does it start with the letter W?
No. Can't tell you what it starts with?
Sure.
R.
Please.
Please. It starts with R.
Is it Rainbow?
It's Rainbow!
I thought about Rainbow before, but then I was like I had thought about like 3 questions prior, but then I was like, I don't know if that's...
If I would pick that?
Yeah, if you
well,
pick
that was
that.
that's why I was worried. I'm like, maybe she's not going to think that I would pick that. And I did. I did. Okay. Your retail store.
Jesus Christ.
That was like 18 questions.
All right. Okay, I got it. Easy.
Okay. Is it a department store?
No.
They sell clothes.
Yes.
They sell shoes.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think they do.
Okay. Is it a discount store?
No.
Is it a designer store?
No.
Do they sell... Is their specialty bras and underwear?
Specialty? Like, what do you mean?
Like, is that what people go there for?
No.
Okay.
Oh, is there specialty?
Yeah. Okay, so it's not Victoria's Secret.
No.
Is it one of the stores you named when you were guessing mine?
No.
It's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is the first letter of the name of the store on the alphabet between A and M?
Yes.
Okay. Is it between A and H?
Yes.
Okay. B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
That's what I should have asked.
A, B, C. A, B, C.
A, B, C, D.
I don't know what else to ask.
Okay, I'll give you quiz
Okay,
now.
go ahead.
We've been there multiple times.
With each other?
With each
With
other.
each other?
Yeah.
Do they sell things other than clothes?
Yes.
Then that makes it a department store, doesn't it?
It's not a department store.
Is it Aldi?
No.
Wait. Now that I know we've been
Okay.
there together.
Okay. We have not been there recently.
But
We have not been there together at least in years.
Okay, is it a Hot Topic?
Yeah.
I knew it. This whole time I knew it.
Sure, bud.
Okay, let's take a break and then we'll come back with a different category.
Okay, bye.
We stopped and got gas and ate McDonald's and we're still on the road. We have 45 minutes left, so we're going to read you some Am I the Asshole stories and some Let's Not Meet stories that I picked out already. And Angelica's just going to react to them because she's driving. Okay, the first one is titled, this is a Let's Not Meet story. Man on train decides he doesn't like how I sit, tries to intimidate me. All right. This happened to me about a month ago, but it still boggles me. 2 points of background to make this story make sense. 1, I live in Tokyo and commute via those famously crowded trains daily. There exists on them this kind of unspoken agreement that everyone works together to make this suck as little as possible. People, for the most part, hold their backpacks in front of them, men don't, bands spread, etc. But that's when the trains are full. About 2 stops before mine, the train goes from sardine can to everyone on this train could lay on the seats and have room left over. So usually I can sit down at this point. 2, I am not a Japanese woman. Very obviously so. Even when I'm in my white dress shirt, my white dress shirt, and pencil skirt like all the other office drones, I'm often the obviously non-Japanese woman on my train in the morning. But despite my appearance, I am fluent in Japanese. So one day I sit down when the train empties out, headphones in, mobile game going, ready to enjoy the 10 minutes of sitting I get on my hour commute. I'm sitting with my legs crossed, but there's maybe 10 people in the whole car, so I'm not in anyone's way. I tuned out when all of a sudden a hand reaches out and grabs my bare knee. I'm in a skirt. I, of course, jolt straight out of my skin, rip out my headphones, and look up at the hand's owner. It's some skinny old Japanese dude, and maybe in his 60s. He points at my legs, then at other people on the train. Again, a max of like 10 in the car that can hold easily 50 plus, and probably held about 80 10 minutes ago. In slightly broken English, he says, "You must not cross legs."
What?
I'm so bewildered by this, I start to tell him in Japanese, the train isn't crowded right now. I'm not in anyone's way. But he doesn't like this answer. He starts to reach for my legs again, presumably to uncross my legs himself.
What?
I, liking even less of this, summon up my loudest non-scream, "Don't touch me." And thankfully, this is enough to get him to stop. That as another thing you don't do on trains here is make a fuss. Sadly, though, yet another thing you don't do here is get involved. So despite a woman all but screaming, "Don't touch me," it's some foreign woman causing trouble. Best not to get involved, etc., etc. No one comes over. So while I've made it clear that I will not stand for physical confrontation, this old dude still feels comfortable enough to stand directly in front of me, nearly knee to knee, looming over me while he repeats endlessly, "You must." He did this for at least 5 minutes. I didn't move. I didn't blink or break eye contact. I started plans B through P of how to get off this train at the next stop. Thankfully, he gave up before the next stop, shaking his head and calling me a rude bitch in Japanese before wandering off.
Oh.
I still take the same train, but haven't seen him since. Let's not meet again, leg police fucker, lest you find out what happens when you loom over a girl at dick punting height.
Dude, I wish she would've.
Oh my gosh.
She totally should have punched him in his fucking dick.
It's universal that you do not touch someone else's body that you do not know.
It's not universal.
It should be.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How fucking annoying.
More than annoying.
Poor girl.
Like,
That's assault.
Assault, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Another toll? Another toll? Sorry, we had to pay a toll. We're back. Okay, the next story. Is another Let's Not Meet story called "I," in parentheses, a pizza guy, intercepted a kidnapping during a delivery.
Oh.
Ow, I just poked myself in the eye.
Nice.
I poked myself in the eye.
I, not a pizza delivery man, poked myself in the eye.
Yeah. Okay. I delivery. Okay. I deliver pizza, and I'd been having a really busy night, nonstop back and forth without any time to even pause and take a leak. I had been so busy that I wasn't really thinking about bathroom breaks, but we're also going through a bit of a heat wave in our area, so I've been drinking copious amounts of water. All of a sudden, as I was driving to this particular delivery, the urge to hit me, like things went from 0 to 60 in an instant.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, thankfully I was close to the customer, so I could get this one over with.
Down. I'm going 70 to 45.
Damn. I could get this one over with quickly, or so I thought. I pulled up to the house, and it was an area I delivered in before, so I could immediately see that something wasn't right. All the lights were off in the house, not even the glow of a television or anything. It was extra apparent because the street light closest to the door happened to be out of order, and on top of all of that, the block was dead quiet. This is a big university area, and obviously there aren't many student renters in July, but there had been at least one person because someone ordered this pizza.
Ooh.
Maybe this just
what if he's the one getting kidnapped?
Maybe. Maybe this just maybe they just like sitting in the dark, or they were out back in the yard, whatever. I just didn't want to get out of my car and knock on a quiet house in the middle of the night around 9:30 p.m. without first checking that I had the correct address and the customer was inside. That's smart. It was scorching that night, even after sundown. My car's AC is a joke, and the piping hot pizzas don't help things much. So I have to try and open the car door as infrequently as possible to keep any cool air in. I called the number the customer provided, and the voice on the other end said, kind of brusquely, I don't know that word, and out of breath, yeah. I tried to keep it clear and concise. Hey, it's your pizza out front, but there doesn't appear to be anyone home. And the customer replied, still gasping for air, yeah, I'm home. I had to pee so badly by that point that I was much less patient than I'd otherwise be with a customer right out of the gate. Well, then we're going to have to terminate the order because I've arrived in the stated delivery window and you were supposed to pay in cash, so I don't know what to tell you. Oh, they said I'm not home. Yeah. Plan ahead next time. I instantly regretted letting my bladder do the talking for me, as the voice on the other end came through more clearly as a young, bubbly, and very distraught girl who couldn't have been older than 20 or 25.
Another tool.
Jesus Christ. Let me try to finish the story really quick. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was running down the street so I could barely hear you, she cried. I just switched you out of my AirPods. Is that better? Sorry, I completely lost track of time at work, but I knew you were coming. That's why I'm literally running home right now. Please don't leave. I'm starving and I don't have a car. Seriously, please don't leave. 5 minutes tops, okay? I know what it's like to be hungry and running late and have no car, but not live near any restaurants. Plus, when I heard her voice, I began to remember more specifically having delivered to this place a couple of times before, and she'd always been perfectly nice. Sorry guys, another toll. Now I felt bad for snapping at her. I tried to walk it back while simultaneously looking at my window for potential spots to pee. This is when they're face to face. No, my bad. I'm letting the heat get to me and it's not your fault. No need to rush. See you when you get here. Oh, they're not face to face yet. I hung up, and while surveying the street, was starting to think I was really out of luck. All the other houses had people in them and were close together, so there were no clumps of trees or out of the way patches of land or anything. Of course, I had just tossed my empty water bottle at the last delivery, because I'm an idiot. Finally, I decided it was escalating to the point of emergency, and the safest bet was to use a bush in front of the woman's house. She wasn't home, the streetlight was out, so no one could see me. The people who were home were inside. The car was parked across the street, and we're a small shop who don't wear uniforms, so if someone did spot me, they'd have no way to connect me to my employer. Animals pee outside all the time. Humans are animals. This is fine. I scurried over to the tallest bush in front of her yard. She didn't really have much of a yard, more just a walkway lined with bushes and flowers that ran adjacent to her front door. The biggest cluster of bushes, the only one where I could be sure there would be no visible splatter on the side of the house, was about 4 feet from the door. I looked both ways, unzipped, and let fly. After the initial millisecond of relief, I noticed the sound was way off, more like pissing on something solid than something leafy. I started panicking, thinking I had aimed wrong, but once I start, I can't stop midstream, so I kept squinting into the darkness to see if I maybe was hitting a key rock or something and couldn't just move a few inches over. Instead, all of a sudden, I hear a way more concerning noise, a deep voice exclaiming, "What the fuck?"
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And before I could turn around, assuming I'd been caught by a neighbor, a man came leaping out of the bushes.
Oh!
He blew by me, brushing my golden shower off of him, as did.
Oh.
He spit pretty emphatically on the ground, so I think I might have beamed him right in the face.
Oh.
I didn't see where he went after a few paces, but thought this next part is kind of a blur. I do think I remember hearing a car screech out from a bit further away after a minute. I'd gotten some night vision by that point, so I was able to make out his height, build, and outfit, but only the most general details of such. I was in such shock that I didn't even put my dick away. I just stood there trying to figure out what had happened. The reality was so terrifying that my mind refused to accept it and impulsively searched for a reasonable explanation that could make everything okay. I thought, could these bushes lead to some backyard area and just looked like they were against the house? Could they have been obscuring an open window? He's like questioning the dimension he's in. My inner voice was desperately screaming, bruh, that man was wearing a hoodie in 90-degree weather. That was a bad man. You're in a bad situation. But the very idea that I was within inches of a guy who could be hiding in bushes at all, let alone in front of a young woman's house at night, just wasn't something I was ready to grapple with yet, and I was coping by not coping. My fight or flight response totally failed me at that point because my dumbass did the absolute last thing I should have done and approached the bushes to...
Sorry. Okay.
So I walked over to the side, turned on my phone flashlight, and tried to peer around the line of shrubbery. Pro tip, as scary as things may look in the dark, seeing them with a single beam of your flashlight can sometimes make it even worse.
Yes.
That's when I saw the bag.
Oh, what?
There was a tattered drawstring bag sitting beside the bushes, slightly slashed with pee. But I was in such a moronic daze from shock that I groped around for it, thinking, see, this is it. This will explain why he was back here. It explained it. Once I maneuvered it over and pulled it open, I saw a sharp knife, a roll of duct tape, and a bottle of pills.
Oh my God. He's a pizza man sent from heaven, sent
literally.
from beyond the grave.
Seriously. The delusions officially broke at that point, and all the adrenaline, endorphins, and self-preservation instincts that had been suppressed kicked in 10 times over.
Oh my God, this makes me feel so icky.
I became whatever the opposite of dazed is, more laser focused than I have ever been in my life, with one singular goal: get back to my car. I dropped the bag, booked it across the street, got in my car, and slammed the pedal to the floor before the door was even all the way closed. I went as far as I could, as fast as I could, until I hit
the girl?
I know, until I hit a red signal.
I just called you an angel.
Yeah. Then I pulled off to the side and realized I shouldn't be driving any more than necessary in the condition I was in. I pulled into the parking lot of a 24-hour drugstore and took a breath. I was finally calm and coherent enough to zip up and formulate a plan of action. He still hadn't put his dick away.
Did you say that, or is that what we're assuming?
I'm assuming, because he said I finally was coherent enough to zip up and formulate, yeah. My first lucid thought was, who do I call first, the police or the girl whose house that was? I thought about it for what could have been really more than just 10 seconds, but felt like an hour, and decided, okay, I'm in a locked car with the engine running. If trouble starts, I can drive away. I know something's up. She might not. She needs to know not to keep walking in that direction. But as I was dialing her number, it occurred to me, what if there was no girl? I thought I remembered delivering to that house before.
He's an overthinker.
But what if I was wrong? What if the girl on the phone was just a decoy to get me there to rob me, or worse? Then he beat on the guy. Every pizza guy on the planet has seen the Evil Genius documentary by now. So I thought, she called me out of...
Do you know that documentary?
Yes. She called me all out of breath. She wasn't home. The whole thing was off. Can't risk it. I'll start with the cops. I called 911. The operator was very helpful in keeping me calm, because I was a complete wreck by this point. He kept assuring me that someone would be there soon. I kept telling them that they had to get there before the girl did, but I was trying to express 3 thoughts at once and really damaging my own credibility. It came out more as, you've got to save this girl because he wasn't after me. I was just delivering a pizza, unless they were after me, in which case there might not be a girl, but I talked to one on the phone, so then you should find that girl because they used her to lure me there. But if she's real, she doesn't know about the guy who was also real. And there could be more guys if there's actually a girl. And you know what? Even if there isn't a girl, there might actually be more guys. I only checked one part of the bushes, so I don't actually know. But we'll know which guy is the one I saw because I pissed all over him, you know? I didn't mean to. This was back when I thought the girl was real, but not home. But she might be real, so you really need to find her if she is, because the guy was real. Finally, they basically just asked me to stop talking and stay on the line.
Oh my God.
But that was when I saw an incoming call from the customer. I couldn't answer it without disrupting my 911 call, so I just ignored it. But then she sent me this text like, hey, I'm here, don't see you. I told 911 she was there, and they said officers were only minutes away. But who knows how long that meant, especially after I'd given such a scattered account of the events of my panic. I just felt overwhelmed with guilt, because my rational mind said the odds of her being a decoy girl for some large scam targeting pizza guys were low, and the odds of her being the intended victim of a predator were high. So I put my 911 call on mute where I can hear them, but they can't hear me, and turned back, heart absolutely pounding out of my chest, compulsively muttering, fuck, 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 the entire way. Then I took 911 off mute and told them I had returned to look for the girl. They weren't happy about that, but I saw her meandering past the parked cars in the street looking to see if one of them was mine, and I waved her down, flashing my brights. She bounced on over to the window of my car, happy-go-lucky. I figured that was a good sign that she wasn't in on whatever this was. But I was so scared to be back in the general area and not to know what was going on or what was going to happen. I kept whispering, get in, get in. And she was like, get it, huh? Oh, you want me to get the pizza from the back? I didn't want to make the same mistake with her. What?
I don't know if yeah, I did. Okay. I did.
What happened?
It like came off and then
I didn't want to make the same mistake with her that I had with 911, so instead of trying to tell the whole story, I stuck to the bare basic facts. There was a man in the bushes. I'm on the phone with the police. I don't know where he is right now. Please get in the car so we can lock the doors. I was barely able to get even those sentences out, and I was shaking like I'd had 10 cups of black coffee. I held up my phone with the 911 on the call screen to verify it for her. I thought that was why...
What's happening?
What is happening? I held up my phone with 911 on the call screen to verify... Blah, blah, blah. You still there? Is she with you? Are you safe? Is anyone else there? 911 kept checking in, not knowing who the third party I was talking to was. And we're back. And it is many hours later. It's currently 1:29 a.m. Indianapolis time. And we've already been to the show. We're going to finish this story and then we'll tell you guys about the show. Okay. You still there? Is she with you? Are you safe?
I thought you were asking our listeners
if they're still there. Of course they're still there. It's only been 2 seconds for them.
Are you still there?
Are you still there? Like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 7 hours later.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. All right. You still there? Is she with you? Are you safe? Is anyone else there? 911 kept checking in, not knowing who the third party was I was talking to. I reassured them and we drove, more cautiously this time, to a location 911 instructed us to wait at to speak with police after they cleared the area.
Hang on, so the girl got in his car?
Yes.
Weird.
Well, he showed that he was on the phone with 911, so she trusted him.
Would you do that?
I mean, if he showed that he was on the phone with 911, maybe.
Okay, all right. Speed trap.
I didn't speed trap. See, he told you. But we already passed one and they didn't do nothing.
It was turned the other way. It was weird. All right, go ahead.
I didn't actually have to do much after that. The police came pretty soon after. A police car met us. I gave a statement telling them everything I observed, and she went to go speak to more officers in more detail than they needed me for. It turns out the reason she got into a strange pizza guy's car without probing any deeper into my story is because she knew who the man was right from my description.
What?
She had an abusive ex-boyfriend who was apparently psychotic enough that he immediately came to mind from hearing, "There's a guy in your bushes."
Oh my God.
She later called us to thank me and insist on leaving a huge tip. I wasn't there when the call came in, so the kid who answered didn't know to refuse to accept the money. But the manager already promised the next time we see her, we can load her up with enough one free pie cards to last a lifetime. Easily the scariest thing that has ever happened to me, on the job or off. I don't get the chance to tell the story much because I tried to avoid sharing it with anyone who could possibly know the girl or know of the event. But I'm still not the same since. Even though I know he didn't even have anything to do with me directly, this truly shook me to my core. So man in the bushes, let's not meet.
Okay, go back to what he had in the bag.
Okay.
Now that we know this is a crazy psychotic ex-boyfriend,
Yep.
Go back to the bag, because I don't remember, but go back to the bag.
Going. Okay. Once I maneuvered it over and pulled it open, I saw a sharp knife, a roll of duct tape, and a bottle of pills.
Oh my God.
So he was planning on kidnapping her.
Or like
torturing her or murdering her.
I hope he got arrested.
I hope so too.
And got sent to jail.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Should I go ahead and tell one more? We got 20 minutes.
Okay.
Now that we're in the groove. This is called The Man on My Patio. This is another Let's Not Meet story. We didn't read any of my asshole stories. Okay, so this happened when I was around 9 years old. I'm 25 now, and it's something I will never forget. It gives me goosebumps to this day. I live in a terraced house, 4 houses combined, and my neighbors and I each have our own little patio. There's a small road 10 meters from my yard where people do their Sunday walks and so on. Only a small fence separates my small yard and patio from that road. I live in a pretty crowded area with several of these terraced houses spread around in my neighborhood, so seeing people walking on the road is pretty normal for me. Seeing random people standing on my patio is not. When I was 9, I usually got home from school about an hour before my mom got home from work. I lived maybe 50 meters away from school, so my mom figured I was mature enough to be home alone for around an hour before she got home. This one day I got home from school, I did the usual thing, which was to make sure I locked the front door and double check that the back door leading to the patio was also locked. I was 9. Being alone was a little scary, even though it was in the middle of the day and only for 1 hour. I then rushed to my room upstairs to play as much PlayStation as possible before my mom came home and made me do homework. While playing, I heard this noise coming from outside my window. My room was located 1 floor over the patio with a view to the road I told you about before. It was kind of like the sound of a cat, but my cat had been missing for over 3 months. Hope sparked, and I thought, oh my God, did he finally come back? I ran downstairs to check if it was my cat, but the sight that met me gives me goosebumps just writing this. There was a guy standing on my patio, a tall guy with black hair covering half of his eyes, making him look like a male version of the Ring Woman or something. I could hear him making a high-pitched sound, almost like a cat meowing. A brown liquid was running down from his mouth, and I could see him spitting out my dad's stomped cigarettes.
What?
Ew.
What the fuck?
He was actually eating from the ashtray. I was frozen observing this. Eventually snapped out of it and screamed so loud that the man must have heard it. He didn't react. He kept on eating from the ashtray.
Ew.
I ran upstairs to my room, locked the door, and called my mom, who then called the cops. I've never been more terrified in my life. Laying in bed under my sheets, shivering in fear as I hear these creepy, high-pitched noises from the guy eating cigarette stomps from the ashtray on my patio.
What?
I kind of blacked out for a moment because the next thing I remember is the police arriving on the road by my yard. I hear them talking to the guy, saying stuff like, "What are you doing? Get over here or we'll come down and arrest you," and so on. He didn't respond, but the high-pitched sounds was more frequent and louder. I decided to look through the window, feeling safe now that the cops were there. I could see 2 police officers standing by my fence, 1 man and a woman. I did not see the creepy man, however, because he was standing directly 1 story under me in my field of view. The police jumped the fence, and I remember hearing the creepy guy screaming louder than anything I've ever heard before. He charged the female police officer with full force, and he fucking knocked her out cold.
Fuck no.
The male officer then immediately tased the guy, leaving him shaking on the ground, screaming still. The policeman struggled to keep him on the ground while putting handcuffs on him, but eventually made it. After a while, he managed to wake up the female police officer, who seemed to be badly hurt. He called for backup and an ambulance, and then he sees me standing in the window above him. The expression on my face must have been something else, because he just looked at me and said, "I sure as hell hope you didn't see all that." I started to cry. By this time, neighbors started to arrive, wondering what the hell was going on. One of my neighbors, an elderly woman, made me come down, and she took care of me until my mom came home. The police took the creepy guy with him in the car, and they left. Before they left, they promised to come back and talk to us about what happened. This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. The male police officer came back later that night and sat down with me and my mom to talk. He explained that the guy on the patio was actually diagnosed with severe autism. He had escaped a facility where mentally challenged people lived, located around 5 kilometers from where I live. He explained that the guy had actually been living in my house 5 years ago, but he had been forced to move when his mom, his only caretaker, died.
Whoa.
The poor guy probably thought he would find his mom in my house. He missed the routines, and he missed living there with his mom. The police had to move him from the house that time 5 years ago, Because he was extremely strong. From what I heard, he had extreme tensions in the body because of the autism, making his muscles grow stronger and stronger throughout the years. This was the reason he reacted the way he did, and when the police came this day. Still frightened, I told the police officer that he needed to make sure it would never happen again, and he promised it wouldn't. After a few sleepless nights, my life got back to normal. The years went by, and the guy didn't come back until 1 year ago.
What?
At this time, my mom and dad had moved out.
That's a cop, Kelsey.
Okay. You were doing the speed limit, so.
I know, but I still slowed down just in case.
I bought the house from them, and I'm still living there today. I was enjoying my morning coffee on the patio when I see this random guy stopping on the road by my fence. He just stands there looking at me. I look at him and give him a nod, and then I hear the high-pitched noises. Holy shit, it's him.
Oh my God.
His hair had turned gray, but the high-pitched sounds made me realize. My heart started racing, and I instantly remembered the reason why he was back. I realized that he must have managed to escape again. Because I kept my cool a bit longer than when I was 9, I started to realize how sorry I felt for the guy. 16 years later, and he was back to look for his mom. I decided to carefully ask him if he wanted to come down to the patio. He instantly jumped the fence. I started to think he would knock me out like he did that police officer, but he didn't. He smiled. He looked at me and smiled. I offered him to sit down. He didn't respond. I offered him to come inside. He started laughing. He went inside. His face lit up, pure joy.
Aww.
He was home. It reminded him of the life he had with his mom. It almost made me tear up. All of a sudden, he sat down on my couch, turned on my TV, and switched directly to the cartoons. I observed him for a while. He was completely focused on the cartoons. I just wanted him to enjoy the moment, so I didn't say anything to him. I realized I had to call a facility to let them know. The caretakers arrived 10 minutes later. After a lot of convincing, he got back up, crying, and they went back to the facility. I called the facility 2 days later. We made a deal. His name is Tom, and I now consider Tom my friend. Every single Sunday from the day he returned, Tom and his caretakers visit me to watch cartoons. They say it's the highlight of his week. It makes my heart warm. Now, for several years, my thoughts were, let's not meet guy on my patio eating from the ashtray. Now my thoughts are, let's meet every Sunday to watch cartoons, my friend Tom.
Oh, I love that.
That was such a good story.
Oh, he has such a good heart.
Yes.
There's many people that wouldn't even do that.
Yeah, that's so true.
Aw.
That was not how I was expecting the story to go. From a guy screeching on his patio eating buds from the ashtray to hanging out with him every Sunday and watching cartoons.
That's amazing.
Okay, if you guys haven't noticed, my voice is, I'm like straining my voice to even talk loud enough to be on the recording, and that's because I screamed a lot.
She did.
And we've been singing a lot. We only have 12 minutes left of our drive.
Yes. Yes.
So it was amazing. It was exactly what I thought it would be. It was a little bit of crowd work and a lot of the stuff that we see on their podcast already, and a lot of their banter that I love. We had a really great amaretto sours. They were really good, I thought. Did you like it?
Yes, but there were $50 for two
of them. Yeah. Well, they were double, so they were tall, like 16 ounces.
No, still, that'd be $6.
12 ounces, maybe, not 16.
That'd be $6 each in Indy.
Yeah.
Maybe 8.
Yeah. I think
Crazy.
you're supposed to be having an exit here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were good.
They were so good. Now I want to have more. So the next party we have, we're gonna make amaretto sour jungle juice or something.
The venue was pretty cool. There was a disco ball.
Mhm.
The seating arrangement was really good.
Yeah, it was like there were booths and like just chairs, and then there were chairs lined up to tables, and we sat in the balcony so that we could see everything. And we were right by like a little mini bar.
And we wrote Jerry and Sarah a note.
Yep.
And while one of their husbands, Corey, was walking around taking pictures, Kelsey gave the note to him to
Yep.
give to the ladies.
Yes, so we're hoping they've already read it or they will read it at some point tonight. And we just asked them to listen to 2 of our best episodes, which we wrote down, and said that we wanted to manifest collabing with them one day on an episode.
Yeah.
So hopefully they see that. Hopefully they follow us on Instagram. Yeah. It was really good though. Like
they're hilarious. They're so funny.
I laughed the whole time. It was so good. I hope that next time they go on tour, they're coming to Indianapolis so we don't have to drive to Chicago.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. I think it was worth it.
I think it was worth it too. Like,
yeah.
It really felt like I was listening to a recording live of their podcast. They're just as funny live as they would recording.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is difficult to do.
Right.
So I'm glad it transpired into that. And I'm sure they have a script, but I felt like they were talking about it for like the first time.
Yeah, it just seemed like right off the dome.
Yeah.
And ours was their 14th show.
Some lady like crocheted a giant penis for them.
Oh, yes.
That was nice.
It was like the size of their torso, like head to waist. That's how big it was.
That's huge.
So they brought it up on stage. It was really funny. A lot of it was just really funny and really good and heartwarming at the end. And it was about going camping, but the bigger message was basically like, it's okay if the most you've done is just show up. Yeah.
It's still okay if you're just surviving.
Yep.
And what else?
So they had a quote. What was it? Survival. What was it? Survival. I don't know. I can't think of it. But like the one I liked the most was you're sliding but you're doing it.
Yeah.
So when they were leaving camp, they went and camped and they recorded the whole thing. And when they were leaving camp, they had to drive down this hill and it was muddy because it was in November. And the tires on the truck were really bald, so like it was hard getting down the hill. And something that Sierra said while she was recording Jerry driving down the hill was, you're sliding, but you're doing it. So it's like, yeah, maybe you're not doing this perfectly or the way you quote unquote should be doing it, but you're doing it. You're getting to your end goal. And I thought that was like a really good analogy. A lot of the stuff at the end was just like really good analogies to the camping stories.
Yeah. And, Jerry, one of the hosts, she's going through a divorce right now currently. And I mean, she was with her partner for 10 years probably. They have 2 kids. And you just never would have thought that, something was wrong or, But it just made me, I connected to that obviously. And it just makes me feel like, you know what, like she was talking about a reference to the boating, right?
Yeah.
How she felt like she was in a boat with holes that she did not create, and she felt like she was the only one trying to keep the boat from sinking.
Yeah.
Until she realized she no longer wanted to be in that boat anymore.
She didn't have to be.
She didn't have to be.
Yeah. And there were other boats willing to help her get out of her boat.
And that's what I felt like in my relationship. I felt like I was the only one trying to make this work, while my partner not only did not try to make it work, but was doing the opposite of ensuring that it failed.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she's, in a better headspace and can make jokes about it, because I'm sure I'll be making jokes about it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that's the best way to cope.
Yeah.
It sucks. No one gets married to get a divorce.
Yeah.
Like, that's not obviously the end goal. So it really sucks when it leads that way, and just know you're going to be okay, and I'm going to be okay.
Yep, absolutely. But yes, that was the Ladies in Tangents live show we just went to in Chicago. We got there at like probably just about 7 their time, and we're getting back home. It's 1:48 p.m. or a.m. Indianapolis time. So I'll be going into work late tomorrow. I'm already scheduled to go in late. Are you going to work tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be going to work around noon.
Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed our little road trip. Some games, some stories, some losing my voice. And we'll see y'all next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.